Guardians of Christ's Kingdom here on Earth. Welcome back to Mo's Kingdoms. Guardian Mo is back online with another video. Bit of a different angle today. Just want to change things up a bit. But anyways, let's crack on. So, a lot of you in the comment section are still one of those die-hard reform supporters. A small percentage of you are leaving very nasty, offensive, insulting and discriminatory comments. Insulting other people who are commenting, you know, people like UKIP supporters, or people who are just simply criticising Nigel Farage, his leadership and reform. You're throwing insults at me, calling me all sorts of names, calling me, Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee. To be honest, if you're going to resort to that kind of discriminatory, offensive, vitriolic behaviour, well, in fact, you've actually lost the argument. You have no argument to back yourself up with. Because you know you're wrong, everyone knows you're wrong in your support for reform. The truth of the matter is, the Reform Party has no plan. They have no action plan whatsoever. They are all talk, but zero substance. Ben Habib is right, you've got to listen to him. He's speaking the truth. You can't just vote for reform in order to win the election simply for the sake of winning an election.
I'm just being real with you. I look at his critics and they've not won anything. Matt, and this is a guy who's won two national elections.
Matt, it's not a matter of just winning an election. You've got to be able to deliver for the country when you win the election. And reform is not capable of doing that the way it is structured. The fact
you change countries by winning elections. You change policies by winning elections. That's how you do it.
You keep interrupting. There's no point winning an election if the policies you have are pointless and the individuals that you've got are substandard and incapable of delivering it.
Before reform wins the election, they've got to develop a strong, consistent and concrete action plan. There needs to be a sequence of events, a proper structure and an action plan as to exactly how they're going to address each and every single issue that we are facing in this country. How are you going to support illegal migrants? How are you going to address radical Islam, knife crime, potholes, our infrastructure, our NHS, everything that is going on in the UK? You must have a step-by-step program demonstrating as to exactly how you're going to deal with this. There's no point of winning the election and simply talking about these issues. Talk is cheap. I want to draw your attention to the conference that Reform had in Birmingham. I mean, that whole charade that Nigel Farage made up on stage, rocking up with JCB, and everyone's coming on applauding as if they're attending a rock concert, as if Nigel Farage is up on a grand celebrity stage. One of the worst speeches was coming from actually Richard Tice. If you actually pay attention and listen to what he's saying, all he talks about is how popular the Reform Party have become. And all he does is slander the Labour Party. He slanders the Tories. Yes, we know how horrible the policies that Labour has been making ever since they got into power. But you can't continue, Mr. Tice. You can't continue slandering Labour and Tories. It's not a very good defence. You can't continue talking about how massively popular Reform are in the polls, because this doesn't help your agenda. You need to deliver for the people. You have to have a proper action plan. How are you going to address the issues? He doesn't talk about that. I mean, the best speech, I have to say, in my opinion, was from Lee Anderson. But even he delivered a pretty good speech, but even he is all talk, all fluff, but no action plan whatsoever, no substance whatsoever coming from any of these people in the Reform leadership. And obviously, Mohammed Useless, he doesn't come up on stage. Do you know why? Everyone knows why. Because he's massively, massively unpopular due to that debacle between Rupert Lowe and his exit from the party. Reform are anti-free speech. They're anti-free speech, anti-Tommy Robinson. We have nothing to do with Tommy Robinson. We don't want to associate ourselves with that lot. Right? Tommy Robinson's supporters are being refused entry into their conferences. Take a look at this.
So, I'm here at the Reform UK meeting at the racecourse in Doncaster, and I've been refused entry. Refused entry because of my t-shirt. It says free Tommy Robinson. This is the so-called patriotic alternative party for the people. Well, I've been refused entry for supporting a patriot who's in solitary confinement. Absolute madness.
Now even Paz49 and Clown World YouTube couldn't get into the Birmingham conference simply because they had some slight association with Tommy Robinson, and they just simply criticised the leadership of Reform, and they are not welcome into the conference. Take that what you will. There are candidates rejected, their applications are rejected simply because they use curse words. Simply because of curse words. And the most recent case with one of these candidates, Miriam Thomas, she was rejected. You know why? Because she criticised Islam. She dared to criticise the religion of peace. She called Islam a false religion. And she was talking about how the UK is being taken over by jihadist Islamists and how Sharia law is very soon coming to the UK. And she's kicked out of Reform. That tells you all you need to know, that Reform are a pro-Islam party. Nigel Farage doesn't have any time to initiate a grooming gang inquiry. Why is that? Is this really the next Prime Minister? Is this really a true political leader? He's barely asked any questions addressing Starmer's horrible actions. I mean, the amount of questions he's asked in the Houses of Parliament is about 25% of the total amount that Rupert Lowe has asked. And you call this the leader of the Reform Party? You call this the upcoming Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in 2029, if Reform even get into power? Farage spends more time talking about how massive Reform have been growing in popularity in the polls. That's all he talks about. He spends more energy on appealing to his voters. He spends more money on vetting candidates in the most tyrannical, authoritarian fashion. Kicking out candidates for swear words. But oh, guess what? He's bringing in ex-Labour, ex-Tory, ex-Lib Dem individuals. We have no idea what background these guys have. They're completely incompetent. They're cowardly. They have nothing to contribute to the Reform Party. And we have no idea what kind of secret affiliations they have with their former parties that they've defected to Reform for. Reform has got more time to set up conferences, speeches and Reform events in general, letting the cameras roll on and shower all this attention onto the Reform leadership. It's nothing but a joke. Oh, and get this. This is what pisses me off the most. This really makes my blood boil. Nigel Farage, he doesn't have any time to address the issues that we have. Do you know what he has time for? He's got time to get a tattoo for himself. Go figure.
These people outside. Alright, we're going to do it like this. So this is it. My first tattoo. You wait till you see it. It's going to be mega. Vote Reform. My first tattoo. Let's go for it.
Just this way, please, Nigel. Thank you very much.
I mean, it's as if he's behaving like a child who's received their first Christmas present. That reminds me. Have any of you watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, that film released in the 1970s? Nigel Farage is acting like one of those children in that film who won the golden ticket. Those spoiled, self-obsessed, arrogant, cocky, condescending, patronising children who have got no real priority but themselves. This is the true face of the Reform Party. And I forgot to mention about Richard Tice refusing to admit that whether Rupert Lowe has dementia. I mean, God, you've known him for years and you lie in front of our faces, going up on national TV, smearing Rupert Lowe's reputation like that. Truly disgusting behaviour coming out of the Reform Party. Get this, the Reform has no plan. Reform are all talk but zero substance. You've got to get behind this notion. This is really serious. This is really, really important. So, this is Guardy Mo's clocking out. Feel free to leave a comment down below. And also for those diehard conform supporters, feel free to continue leaving nasty comments in the comment section. I don't mind a single bit. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my rant, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye guys, have a good day.